Awesome. Hello and welcome to our State Professional Spotlight and Q&A series. My name is Nordis Forcade-Martin. I am the founder and CEO of Florida Probate Partners, a real estate team that specializes in working with probate attorneys, professional guardians, and trust officers in helping them sell the real estate assets involved in their cases. During this series, we delve into the intricacies of probate and estate planning, and we do this with the goal of educating our community by showcasing the professionals who are problem solvers in this arena. As serious as this topic is, we like to bring light to these conversations, so do expect to have some fun. Welcome to our show. Today, we have the pleasure of having Attorney Shari Cohen of Shari Cohen, PA. Shari, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for having me today.
It is my pleasure. Please tell us a little bit about you before we get right into the questions.
Well, I'm an estate planning attorney for over 30 years. And I have started as an attorney in civil litigation, and it was never my forte. So eventually I found myself handling probate matters at a small boutique firm, and I loved it. I loved being with families, grandparents, parents, and grandchildren. And I found my niche. I loved it. And in this boutique firm that just did estate planning and probate, I helped and trained young attorneys and paralegals.
Awesome. Awesome. That's a beautiful story. And so that answers the first question as far as how did your career lead you to specialize in estate planning and probate? So tell us, did you ever think you own your own firm?
I never in my life thought I would own my own firm. So I started out as a worker bee in these beautiful boutique firms, and I got my experience mostly in probate, and I figured out how to do estate planning from the mistakes from probate. And one day while I was working, I got a telephone call from an old friend of mine who wanted to retire. She was an estate planning attorney, and it was time for her to retire, and she gave me a call and said, "Hey, how would you like to take over my firm?" And I went, "Wow."
What an opportunity.
It was a great opportunity, and I took her up on it.
And obviously, I'm sure you know, and you knew probably back then that this area is saturated with great attorneys. So why does someone come to your firm?
People come to my firm for several reasons. Number one, before I was an attorney, I was a teacher. So I pride myself in teaching and educating my clients and making sure that when they leave my office, they understand everything that they're signing and that they've signed with simple terms. And they also know that my office and my team is behind every step. So I have an amazing team of 6 of us, and we're all women. And our philosophy is service. I have a flat fee, complimentary consultation, flat fee, and then I feel that the clients should be able to call me without having the clock on. So it's important for the clients to know about wills and trusts, powers of attorneys, healthcare surrogates, living wills, and I educate them as to why they should have a will or a trust. And one of the most common questions for me is, what's the difference between a will and a trust? Um, I don't have to go into it right now, but it's very important to know the difference.
Of course, absolutely. And so service, you love to educate your clients. They know exactly what they're signing when they after they meet with you, and you have a team of amazing service-oriented women that are there behind everything that you do, looking to offer the best service for your clients, right? That's what I just heard
Correct,
from everything you've
correct.
said.
And also, so one, as I said before, one of the questions is the reason between a will and a trust, and the other question is um, what type of deed should I have? Since this is about real estate, people ask me all the time whether they should have their child on their deed, and that I will answer because this is very relevant.
Hmm.
Absolutely not. Do not have your child on a homestead property in Florida, okay? Because if they get sued or if they get divorced, then your homestead um, may be lost. So it's very
Mm.
important to go to an attorney and figure out what's best for you and your family.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And that is a very common question I also get when we're helping our clients with either buying, selling, or investing is, hey, I could just put my kid as a remainderman or on the title of the property. Sorry. And yeah, there's always that. Make sure that you run this by your attorney in getting your affairs organized so that you do protect that homestead. So thank you for sharing that. And a bonus question, Sherry, is how do you establish work-life balance?
Work life balance is very difficult for a professional woman, as you know. So, my family is very important to me. I have a husband who's a dentist in the area, who owns his own business. I have three adult children right now, and I raised them to be very independent women. So, one is an orthodontist in town. She just started her own business. One is a CPA, and one is in dental school. So I deal with my family, my husband. I am part of the community, and I give back just to our community so that um, uh, people in need or people who have disabilities um, can get the help that they need. So I service many special needs children, special needs adults, um, and I give back to the community that
Awesome. So now we get to the part of our show where we get to ask you a few personal questions so that our audience can get to know you on a more personal level. And I'm going to go ahead and kick it off with this first question. What would your perfect room look like?
way. Ooh, that's very interesting. So I like warmth and coziness. So my perfect room would be purple because it's warm and loving. And I would have a white, fluffy chair to sit in that's comfortable and have a huge white sofa for many people to come and visit and talk to, and I can help.
Awesome. I love that. What would be the most amazing adventure you would go on? You have gone or
Oh,
you would want to go on?
I have gone on many wonderful adventures in my life. My husband and I travel um, to very fun, exciting places. Recently, we went to Iceland and
Ooh.
we climbed up a mountain for about 2.5 miles up, and it was very frightening for me because we were on the edge. And then when we went all the way up to the mountain, which by the way, everybody had to wait for me to climb up, um, we went in a volcano that was not erupted at the time, but we went down in an open elevator, which was also very frightening. But
Oh
we were
my.
hooked on wires, and we went all the way down into this volcano. And on the bottom of the volcano, it was so gorgeous. It was lit up with candles, but on the walls were rainbows of colors. It was just spectacular. So I went out of my comfort zone by doing this, but it was something that I'll always remember, and it was very fun. And then when we walked down, then they finally gave us some lamb soup, which warmed us up.
Wow. Talk about adventurous. And Iceland is on my bucket list, and I would totally be the person that everyone is waiting on on the climb. What a cool experience. All right. So, what do you consider to be your best find?
My best find? Oh, that's a very hard question. Um, I guess my best find, well, was in my mom's house when she passed away. It was an
Sorry.
old Singer sewing machine. And that was my best find because I remember her sitting down and sewing outfits for us when we were little. So that is the best find that I have in my house. And one day I would like to refurbish it and use it myself.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Two more questions. What do you wish you knew more about?
Tax, absolutely. The tax and Spanish. Those are my two
Mm,
things that if I had more time, I'd study more about the taxes, um, and I'd learn how to speak Spanish better because I took Spanish for, let's say, 6 years in high school and college, but I still don't know how to speak it well.
uh, well, I'm sure you know enough to get you by, right?
Yes.
Awesome. And last but not least, what is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Oh, I think that the best piece of advice is to take care of yourself first before others, because in order to take care of others, you have to be healthy in your mind, spirit, and physically. So that's what I'll tell you to do, because I'm a nurturer and I love to help others. But someone once told me that it's very important that you wake up in the morning and you have to take a breath and be grateful for
Mm,
yourself, and to stretch and exercise and go out in the sun and make sure that you are healthy, and then you can go and have the strength and help others.
love it. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Beautiful way to end it. Thank you so much, Shari, for joining us and for sharing your expertise with us. How can our followers reach you?
Oh, you can go on my website at www.shari, Shari, B as in Beth, Cohen, Cohen, PA.com.
Perfect. Thank you again. We look forward to seeing you again soon. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. It was fun. Have a wonderful day.
Too.